Good morning, world, and welcome to Sacred Earth Essentials. Stephanie and Yoda here on this fine, cold, snowy Vermont morning. I'm just checking in to say hello and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays, Blessed Solstice, and año prospero, prosperous year to you. So I finally have begun taking a walk every morning. I believe this is my 8th day. The key has been to try and do it first thing in the morning as the sun is coming up and to stay in a routine. And so why am I telling you about this and walking with you through the woods? Because 2022 is coming to a close. And as we all reflect upon this year and how it went or did not go for us, and how to unconditionally love ourselves and others anyway and continue on with the journey no matter where we may be upon that path, and cultivating an awareness of what we would prefer or like or hope to grow in our lives next, and what are the changes we need to make, and how to remain both disciplined and loving towards yourself. And the reason that I mention loving, self-love, although it doesn't seem to be a major theme in some of the practices that I'm studying right now, I think that is just because of the emphasis on disciplineship, discipleship, which means to be a student of, the emphasis on the warrior aspects of training, the harder aspects of being disciplined. And often when there is a person that we know, or this may be ourselves, I know I am this way, who no matter, how much motivation comes from the outside, that person, myself, still struggles with staying committed to and following through with certain things. And my analysis of why this occurs or how this occurs stems from a lack of self-esteem or confidence, self-belief, efficacy. And so there are multiple ways to heal from this, to grow from this, if you identify with this feeling in your life, is that planting those seeds, growing those positive thoughts and affirmations that you matter, that you are enough, that you have gifts and skills and love and value to bring to the table wherever you may go. And those areas where you may need some improvement, well, that's the first step towards improvement, is acknowledging that you have a need to improve. Kind of like in AA, the first step is admitting that one has a problem. And so doing things like staying committed to a morning practice can help us improve in all of those areas, including not drinking alcohol or using substances that are interfering with our functioning, or maybe learning what plants and vitamins and minerals and foods and liquids, water or tea, that we could add to our diet and a routine to nourish ourselves on our paths of enlightenment, of self-improvement, of love and peace and joy. Which we're not all going to use the same words or have the same goals, but we can definitely find common ground on which we all may stand together for the betterment, not only of humanity, but of the world. So if you are interested in deepening your self-love, please check out my 30-day self-love bootcamp package. This package is a new offering that I'm offering once a month to 12 people, and in this package it includes 4 one-hour sessions, individual coaching sessions with me, where we apply a psychodynamic interdisciplinary lens to you and to where you're at in your life. And this boot camp is all about you and all about how to deepen your self-love, and that by deepening, nourishing the love that you have for yourself, this is filling your cup. This is improving what you have to offer the world. It's improving your quality of life, whether you have anything to offer or want to offer the world or not. It also includes a full birth chart reading, an astrology chart reading, where we will gently glide through each of your houses with a general overview, and ending with a focus on what in your birth chart could help you to understand and love yourself more. One thing that one of my astrology teachers often says is that astrology helps us to give ourselves and others permission slips, permission to be themselves. And in my personal experience, both for myself and working with others, astrology has been an excellent tool in helping someone to better understand themselves and release themselves from any guilt or blame that they have, like, why do I do this, or why am I like this, or why do I continually attract this particular theme. The Self-Love Bootcamp package, because we're balancing tough love discipline with that soft feminine energy of compassion and kindness and forgiveness. It also includes a full herbal self-care plan that we will build and review together, a self-care package that includes different types of herbs, oils, teas, and more, as well as a weekly live group session that is recorded and sent to you, and lifetime access to my private Sacred Selves Circle, the inner circle of sacred selves, which is a women's group that meets online once a month, and I also provide self-care tips, astrology reports, herbal knowledge, and just a place to connect and build a community with other people who also identify as being on the journey of self-love, self-care, and self-acceptance and self-improvement. So all this self-talk, right? Self. It sounds kind of selfish, no? But I have found that when I am not taking care of the self, not appreciating the self, that everything else falls apart, and then I either don't have excellent quality to give to others, if anything at all. And many of you have heard of the phrases burnout, compassion fatigue, vicarious or secondary trauma. And these are definitely imposter syndrome, PTSD, OCD, anxiety, depression, ADHD. These are all things, existential crisis that I have experience with. And as challenging as these things have been, it are these real, raw life experiences that have given me the compost, the ability to then help others, which, as many of you know, is an unavoidable, essential part of the life path. How to transmute, transform our challenges into gifts, which we can look at in your astrology chart by looking at the asteroid Chiron and its placement, the wounded healer, and how to turn your woundings, your seemingly injuries into gifts. So taking walks in nature is beneficial to one's mental and physical health. So that is my first area of how to really improve that dilemma of self-doubt and a lack of confidence. The second way that I've found may be a little much for some people, and if it is, feel free to click off of my monologues at any time, would be to deepen my relationship with Great Spirit, with God, with Goddess, to deepen and improve my relationship with creation, and remembering that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, that we are made in His image, so to speak, from a Christian perspective. Woo, it's icy. Another way to interpret that is look at the beauty around us, look at the wonder and the just absolute miracle that is life. The fact that any of this exists at all is astounding. And then when you look at what nature is capable of, including creating you, you're a walking miracle. You are a walking gift to the planet. And again, like this potluck theme, we're all different creations of the Most High, of the great Creator. And just as much as we may wonder at the beauty and magnificence and terror sometimes of nature, we can turn that lens internally and wonder those same things about ourselves, and remember that we are wonderfully made, and that you can dive into different scriptures, writings, practices, that there are these common themes of both sacrificing of the self for the whole, for the greater good, which again, you still need to, you can give more to the whole when you take care of yourself. And this idea that, like, who am I to not be wonderful? No, who am I to insult creation? Who am I to say that I'm not good enough? Who am I to say that my gifts aren't needed? That my experience won't be beneficial to others? Who am I to say that I'm not enough? That by doing that, I kind of put a stick in my own bike spoke. Thank you, Jean Grey. The rapper. So Let's, let 2023 be the year where we don't stick sticks into our own bike spokes. Let this be the year of flow and ease and peace and great, loving, blessed fortune and good health and unity within the community, and learning that we can have different likes, dislikes, beliefs, preferences, and still get along, which is also in most spiritual practices that I know of, that the theme is not destroy. The main theme is not to destroy others. The main theme is to love others as thyself. Love others as thy neighbor, brother, sister. That we are in some way all related, and that, what we do to each other, we do to ourselves. And so when we acknowledge this intricate, delicate, interweaving of life, the tapestry of life that we are all a part of, we begin to feel our own place in the family of things. And again, not comparing oneself to someone else, like comparing the architectural ingenuity of the pyramids to that of the Eiffel Tower, for example. They're both magnificent feats, but very different structure, shape, time period. And then there are also common themes within all of this. And so let 2023 be the year of embodying health, embodying love, and practicing what we preach, as many people say. And remembering that, we all have those different things to bring to the table. And that when we don't love ourselves, we don't create, we don't participate, we don't connect. And not only does that make us sick as individuals, it also is hurtful to others in a myriad of different ways. And so again, applying that belief of being all connected, that if I am mean to myself and beating up on myself and not living in truth, not trying as hard as I could, allowing the negativity, the negative beliefs and thoughts to rule my life, then I'm going to get more of that. And I'm sure many of you have heard that before. You get back what you put out. And it is so true. And it is a type of training, an emotional, spiritual, mindful type of training, to not only train the body, but to train the mind. Sometimes even more importantly, because the mind then leads the body. So moving forward, thank you for listening. I will be taking a video every day for 2023 is my goal. I am managing and consolidating different social media channels, working on improving my websites and my e-courses, workshops and groups, and also focusing a lot on product development this year, land management, planting, and my new podcast, Bluminations, and the YouTube series, Soil and Soul 2023. So every day in 2023, I will post something here on Sacred Earth Essentials to raise awareness for saving soil, which is not just about saving dirt. Saving soil and making soil is about preventing, the soil erosion crisis that we're having, and it's also a nutrition crisis that we're having in the world, and that we will be losing over half of the farmable soil in the world over the course of the next few years if we, meaning collective humanity, doesn't do something about it. And it can be really overwhelming to wonder, what can little old me do, right? I'm just trying to struggle to pay my bills, paycheck to paycheck. What could I possibly do to help save or make soil? Well, there's a lot you can do. And I say this coming from a family that I grew up in Moon Township, Pennsylvania, which is a suburb of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we ate a lot of fast food. And that's one of the reasons that my dad passed away at 46, was from not taking care of himself. And I just had this conversation with my sister the other day. We're both having heart problems for different reasons. And mine is related to the COVID vaccine. I know that. I'm not sure if she would say the same. And I said to her, well, you're no good to us if you're dead. Which is true. And so as much as we may have to make sacrifices this year in order to prioritize our health, that is the greatest wealth. That is what we have. If you don't have life, you don't need a job, right? And so finding ways to be able to balance the priority between health and building, growing wealth, or we could even just call it financial stability, the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, getting those basic needs met. So Soil and Soul 2023, if you would like to come on YouTube with me and do a show and talk about your relationship to soil and soul and what you are doing at your business or farm or in your personal life that is contributing to the betterment of the planet in regards to agriculture and food and herbs, please feel welcome to send me an email, and I would love to have you on Sacred Earth Essentials. If you would like to do a non-video podcast, check out Bluminations, and we are providing you a weekly conversation, cultivating consciousness, compassion, and wild peace, so that those links can all be found in the information section. Whew! As you can hear, I am a little bit winded from this hill. So again, with time, practice makes better with all things. Whether we are cultivating the seeds of consciousness or of plants, those seeds take time to grow. One cool thing to remember is that they are the thing. Like, if you have a seed, corn seed, carrot seed, cannabis seed, tree seeds, flower seeds. If I have elderberry seeds, that elderberry tree is already held within that seed. That elderberry tree has a history. It has ancestors, family members. It could have future children. The elderberry seed contained within it is already the tree and the fruit and the medicine. So when you're planting the seeds that you would like to proliferate in 2023, remember that within those seeds, the gold, the thing is already contained within. And that our job is to care for, nourish, protect those seeds, give them the environment most conducive to their growth, so that those seeds can grow, to their optimal potential, right? So when you plant these seeds, sure, the elderberry is the tree is contained within the seed, but if you don't water it or give it the proper amount of light or soil nutrients, then it doesn't matter that you had that seed. And so allow for 2023 to be the year of flourish, the year of bloominations, the year of blooming, flourishing into your best self. No matter how that looks for you, allowing yourself to grow, bloom, and fruit in the best way for you. And don't forget, the earth is sacred, and you are to be at peace and be a blessing. Bye.